Okay, hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Holy Saint Night here. And this is an 1 versus 1 against a very good player here. Possibly better than me. Now he went for Dreadnought, Space Marines too. 2 servitors, 2 Dreadnoughts, 2 tacticals. He went for Gabriel Angelo, Dreadnought and Solaria. So he captured this. I went for this building the barracks at the same time. He captured his natural. I went for this cover. It is very essential, this one. It's better to build the barracks over here after I played this. He denied me this, I denied him this. He was capturing, I was capturing. Now I brought the other servitor here. I had 1 tactical, 1 assault marine. Doctrines are lone wolf, focused shot, and the Esper might change the build. Rosarius my chaplain, Jonah forever, and the Dreadnought he used. Abalite armor on tanks, invigorating slam on predators, and destructor devastation. Very good doctrines. Meanwhile, I was building a barracks, a chapel here, and at this point he went to capture this position, which
a requisition generator is ready.
I denied. I'm pretty sure I denied it. Yes, I denied it. Should have another servitor here, but I denied it with the current one. Assault Marine is coming to check, so his resources. Kill his resources. Tilion, that's his name. And at the moment I pulled back, didn't need to stay here. Went to check what is happening here, and I found this servitor, took him out. Now he dropped the standard to knock me out, but he didn't like it. I made this chapel and moved forward with the devastators and the tacticals. I took out the shields here. Meanwhile, he has fully saturated this. What did he do? Oh, he recalled his forces back to the center. Right. At this moment I want to check this position. I was moving around. He's got 4 tacticals. He's got it fully saturated. I brought the scouts here to support me. And at this moment I said, okay, let's check this out, what's going on. Of course I didn't know what he was doing.
We are battling a weak enemy force.
I built another barracks here, meanwhile, forcing him back. Meanwhile, these troops, he was coming with a tactical squad. I had 2 double scouts here. I jumped here to check what's going on, and I saw this fully saturated. Had all the army here, so I guess he lost this squad. I don't think he escaped. I made this chapel completed. Got the cover. Some stun. The cover is mine. Took out all this. Well, how's his economy? His economy is ruined heavily. This is great. He's got 4 tacticals, 1 devastator. support these guys, jumping to see what's happening.
Preparing heavy bolter devastators for deployment.
Killing the more I could. There is this one. And I lost sadly the Assault Marine squad. You shouldn't be taking resources back early on. No matter the stage, you shouldn't. That's for sure.
Heavy bolter team deployed.
I could still support my attack without taking the resources back if someone plays well. I remade the Assault Marines. Currently I have 3 to build whatever elite I wish. So I fortified this position. I moved the scouts to check. He had this under guard.
Assault Marine squad deployed. We've completed
No
the
one holds the
requisition
center.
generator.
My Assault Marines are ready. Now I brought these guys here. I saw he didn't have it. And I saw this was under guard. So
The arsenal is prepared to arm our
yeah,
warriors.
he made an arsenal too. That early. He rebuilt this. I couldn't crack it and pull back. In the meanwhile he was recapturing this.
Show us a target. Heavy bolter team deployed.
Brought the scouts here to check the center. More heavy bolters, 3 tacticals, 3 heavy bolters here at the
Upgrading
moment.
infantry damage.
Meanwhile, I got more diverse army, 2 heavy bolters, 1 assault, 1 tactical, 2 scouts. And I summoned Jonah, as I mostly used Jonah. He's one of my favorite elites,
Generator.
and an epic librarian. If I was sorting this. You know, this is the librarian is from House Rising, he's an epic character, I love him.
Saboteur for deployment.
Meanwhile, this position is well fortified now, so okay, let's try again to see if there is anything
Saboteur
here.
deployed.
Seems it is. And I kept firing. Had a lot of troops to hit him, down,
Standard flies.
and pull back.
Generator.
Okay, his economy, as you see, is in ruins. I was doing well. My economy is booming. Okay, what a good chance to take out some of course he was coming with all his army, and
Heavy bolter team deployed.
who said elites are strong? They are not.
We've captured a point.
I took the center this time. I had the
Heavy
center,
bolter team en route.
but I lost him. He managed to kill me. And I retreated. Okay, it's highest place to retreat. Can't. 3 heavy bolters hitting me. So he killed my army, stunning him, and pulled back. I managed to escape. I had these guys also, they also managed to escape.
Heavy bolter team deployed.
In the meanwhile, he made more heavy bolters. Oh, that was me. I had to
To our
build
vulnerable listening post.
I couldn't hold this sadly. And I had to cancel this. Couldn't hold the center.
We are in danger of losing a resource point.
He built the power here,
We've escalated to the second phase.
and his resources
We've let
here.
slip a vital resource point.
In the meanwhile, I was macroing,
Underway.
having secured my position.
A listening post is active.
soon I'm gonna have another elite. Listening post active for power. I did the same thing since I had here, didn't I? A listening post here. I was well in control of my territory, and I brought the scouts here to harass. Why not? Since they can deal some considerable damage to these unfortified resources. I went for it. And stunning. Okay, that was. Now there is a gamble. These guys were chasing all his army. 4 tacticals to heavy bolters. Down. I took out his resources, that's good. Couldn't escape. Look at this.
Upgrading stronghold to tier 2.
Okay, that hit hard. Now, he was going for an attack. He had defended very well. And this is not, it's the second phase of stun. Second phase of escalation, I couldn't just take resources back, so I lost troops while he didn't. Now as you see, I summoned Diomedes.
Upgrade completed.
Which I lost pretty fast, sadly. But here is Jonah. That was a very bad timed attack, but depends from me. But and look what Jonah did. He can do miracles. All them, blinded all, and almost dead all. And here I pulled back and held the position. He couldn't break it. While I was tier 2. Tier 2 with good defense.
Servitor deployed.
More servitors. He's still tier 1. His economy. He's got tons of requisition. He already upgraded the first one. Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't upgrade the resources, but though I did upgrade them later on. Now holding the position.
The requisition generator is ready.
He was building his. He had plasma. Did he made any upgrades? He built the first infantry upgrade. No. Meanwhile,
We've completed a power generator.
now I can make this for first tier. Which I did, yes, I just did. For a lot of power production. And I built a machine cult. Vehicles. I said, okay, let's try vehicles since I'm well positioned. He's got a tons of infantry army, so I said, okay, let's try vehicles then. Look how many heavy bolters, 1, 2, 3. 5 and 4, 3 tacticals. Which I guess gonna be more now. I was checking with the librarian. Let's see what's going on. My librarian was checking the field. And then I went for a land speeder. The lone wolf and the land speeder mark cooperate well. They make the land speeder something not to be ignored. Now he started to come with his huge army. That's a huge army. He managed to keep his army alive during all tier 1. That's huge. Devastators were firing. More devastators were firing. And he retreated. He saw this, the elite. And I said, okay, I pushed him back, let's guard here. Now brought the land speeder. Killing his economy, he didn't have it fortified yet. Now this shield makes me very tough. Okay, and I saw this. Just good enough to take it with the librarian. And the land speeder. Look at this. I gave it a melt again. It kills hard against buildings. He now went to R2 just now and I pulled it back. This did a lot of damage to his troops, this flame. And I retreated as fast as I could. I also killed... Oh, that's good, I didn't notice. I killed his building. Pulled back to repair. I was making a dreadnought drop. Yeah, drop pod. And went for an arsenal and I was still securing myself in this place. Another arsenal over here. So I have them well spread and not being killed at a single spot. They're not getting killed. This elite was here guarding this the cover. Melee elites are very good in the cover to guard it. And this elite, which is the ranged one, Jonah, I had him here to attack and hit the incoming hostile troops.
Securing vehicle weaponry upgrade.
Now started the weaponry upgrades. I had the scouts over here, so this. He had his army in his base. Well, having your army in your base doesn't do anything. He got the dreadnought available now. I saw it and okay, it's time to move. Now where did the land speeder go? Okay, I ran it back. I was building large cannon at the moment. Yeah, with the focus shot they can stun the hostile vehicle, which is all I need against all vehicles. You can pick it, bring it against every race. Now, weapon improved. And I guess I saw this fortified, so okay, let's see what's happening. Deeper. There is coming. I was killing his resources. That was a good way to go. He had to pull back. Building an annihilator. This one got down. And I took this all out. Meanwhile, he was working. He wanted. And I brought this over here because of all my upgrades. I said, okay, I can make it. He was repairing it, but my land speeder endures well. Now I had Jonah make the shield and casted the heavy ability.
A listening post has been targeted by Alpha. We are battling
I was
a
looking
weak
for his
enemy
army.
force.
That was good enough to push him back.
We have lost a listening post.
Listening was dead. Okay, I also brought the Annihilator here to kill the resources that remain. The heavy ability was over here, killing.
Generator lost.
That was it. My army meanwhile is one Annihilator, the Devastators, Las Cannons, and that's it.
Las Cannon team en route.
Almost I killed one of his resources remaining, and I pulled back. Tier 3.
Vehicle weaponry.
My upgrades are good. Vehicle weaponry, vehicle armor, maxed.
Las Cannon team deployed.
Last cannon.
Predator Annihilator deployed.
So the dreadnoughts. So some last cannons stun are good enough. Another Annihilator. I was guarding, you see I had my army split. I was guarding points and had what needed on each point to be guarded the best way possible. He rebuilt this. He had it upgraded to 2 rank, while this is upgraded into 1 rank. All army here hard to approach. That hit hard.
None can stop me. The tank has challenged me.
I got a distractor.
You won't be sorry. A servitor is en route.
But then I made some servitors just to be ready. Another dreadnought to drop.
Servitor deployed.
Then I said, okay, let's send the land speeder, see what we do.
Upgrading stronghold to tier 3.
He was going tier 3 now.
Completed a
Alright.
requisition generator.
He was interested here, he should guard this. It's very important. The elite point is here. Okay, I said, okay, let's check this out. And then I said again.
A new drop pod bay is online. Structure destroyed. Heavy bolter devastator.
Meanwhile, he was coming back. And in the meanwhile, I should have come to the center, but
Should we reposition?
or take this out. I could.
The listening post now.
The listening post is very hard to take out. The building is much easier. I didn't know. I thought it's harder.
Tier 3 upgrade complete.
He's at tier 3. And at this point, I brought my tank army.
Tactical marine squad deployed.
Even made the tactical marine squad and some servitors to repair.
Marine ordnance is leveled at this battle zone.
So what he was doing over here? Okay, he was trying to take out this listening post with the... What's the damage? It's not that big. Okay. Well, it did some damage for sure. Meanwhile, I attacked
Smashed our chapel barracks.
I moved the Space Marines here, tactical, to absorb the hit and made the mark. I had them well spread and even brought my standard. Okay. My power, my economy is good, and then I made a good spread. I shouldn't have called the dreadnought, I should have made I didn't have the time. I called the dreadnoughts. Dropped also the Deathstorm in the middle of his army, and that was a good one. Shields stacked from the standard and the drop itself, so it's triple shield. My tank survived. I killed his dreadnought. The distractors are taking out the infantry, while the annihilators took out the vehicles. So he's got nothing now, no army, nothing. That was it. I didn't lose anything, and that's the end of the game. Well played. So, who on earth said this game is not it's not high quality? It is a good game, guys. It's not, you can do all sorts of combat maneuvers. It's not Company of Heroes when it is the super heroic veteran tank. Yeah, that's not the case here. I mean, just think about it. In Warhammer, units have fought for thousands of years, so they're not gonna gain any veterancy if they fight in a single battle. You can do all sorts of cool stuff, very high quality strategic stuff. Yeah, this game I was wrong going completely hostile against it. Now, it has its issues, like I said, the power core. I don't like the power core, but I don't dislike it either. It's okay for me. But I don't prefer it, so I understand those who don't like it. You can make all sorts of builds. So that's the case with this. It's just the power core. Now, if they have given us a Dawn of War 1, like I said, with this new engine, it would have been the best for everyone. Everyone would just buy it, no matter. Updated engine, updated movement. The movement of Dawn of War 2, the squads, how they would move the infantry, that is very good. It's very good to be implemented in the next game. The true sight of that is here in Company of Heroes 2 is great. If they had given us a Dawn of War with these aspects, like I said in my older review, this game would have been, if Dawn of War 3 was like that, it would have been an excellent, a masterpiece, a classic game that everyone would play. If only they have done this. It wasn't hard, but I guess they wanted to try something new again, like they did in Dawn of War 2, and it didn't work here. It did not work. Now, I don't like the power core. I don't want it. I am fine with it. I don't find it that horrible, but I don't like it. Also, Dawn of War 1, guys, you should play it with, let me tell you the conditions of Dawn of War 1, because people would just take all the strategic points and macro. No, it's not the case. It's not how it is played. It's played with sudden death, destroy headquarters, Annihilation, of course, but that's irrelevant. Take and hold, and kill the commander. No, no, not kill the commander, but maybe you could add it. So if you had all these resources and economic victory, of course, economic victory if you mass resources. Now, if you had all these combat objectives in order to win a game, all you need to do is achieve one. That gave the game huge depth. That was great. Sadly, because there was, people who tried to do some more simple production, like how can I put it? A more simple game that will be played by. It was optional what objectives to pick, so there was nothing wrong about it. It would serve both mainstream and those who wanted something more. But since companies said, okay, because of the piracy also, companies received huge economic losses. So then they said, okay, let's make something more simple, not waste not tire ourselves that much, because people are gonna pirate the game and we won't be able to sell it and make the good profit we deserve. So because of piracy also, games became more simple, and this is what harmed the consumers, the players, I mean. So that's how we got into Dawn of War 3 being like this as well, with the parkour. The parkour shouldn't exist. But apart that, it's a very good game. It's a good game. No, I was wrong going hostile at it. I made many. In general, when I see something I don't like, I too tend to don't to abandon it, to not support it. That's what I did after some time with Dawn of War 3. Not to look at it for too much. Where I was, that's why also all the good players stayed in Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 2. They left Dawn of War 3. But no, I supported the game for the first year. Then everyone had left, and then I said, okay, just leave it. But no, I shouldn't have. It is a decent game with its pros and cons. Now, Dawn of War 1 has only pros, considering when it was made. It's sad. Okay, we didn't get such a game, but apart that, no, this is a good game. Of course, guys, let me tell you, the shield generator and the turrets are the old sudden death condition. If you think of them this way, it's the sudden death condition and destroyed headquarters, as well as mixed. Consider this mixed. Well, I wish too that Dawn of War 3 was like that, but it's not, but still it's good. It's good. So on sales, buy it, don't miss the chance. It's a very fun game to play. And the cover system it has, and the stealth system, is like the Dawn of War 1 and 2 cover system. Dawn of War 2 had buildings, if you remember, so the buildings are the bubble. And it makes more sense, you can enter here in the cover. So, and in the stealth areas, well, that's like Dawn of War 1 ground cover, which I loved personally. I wish we had Dawn of War 1 cover on the ground on random shapes where you could just walk the infantry. Whoever was in the cover just received the cover. That is a very good system, not the breakable cover, because in the end you end up breaking the whole cover in Dawn of War 2 with nukes, tank shells and ordnance. So, and special abilities and all these ground stomps. So Dawn of War 1 cover and Dawn of War 3 are the best cover systems. Dawn of War 2 building style cover was also good. But we have here building the bubbles where opponents melee troops can also enter, so that's all. So guys, thanks all for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Be well everybody and keep staying safe. See you in the next stream.